We open this month at Paarl Gymnasium for the second edition of the MS7s Festival, a schools festival featuring leading South African rugby schools as well as development and lower tier schools from the Western Cape. This year, two of our Vuka teams from Atlantis were invited to attend by the festival founder and Sevens rugby legend Marius Schoeman.
We've got 70 teams here this weekend. It's a great festive atmosphere. So it's another opportunity and a platform for these youngsters to play. It's under 17 and under 15 and under 12 event, and then obviously development for myself and for all of us is obviously very important, So we invited a couple of development teams from the outside, and one being Vuka. It's really close to our heart, Stefan de Blanche and Sarla doing so much for the kids out there, and they don't always get the same opportunities. And now for a team like Vuka to play against the likes of a great college or Paarl Gym or Paarl Boys or Paarl Rus, it's just great for those boys, win or lose. It's an opportunity that they'll remember for the rest of their lives.
That was a truly great experience for us to get to be tested against the big schools, the so-called big schools in South Africa that we only got to watch on TV, and it was a great experience.
I think that was a challenge for them. I asked them this morning, how do you feel before this big names, Boys Eye, they were excited. They wanted to play against the big guys because they wanted to feed the big guys. They thought there was an opportunity for them to show their talent to others. They may not be in a big school, but they have the talent. So I think this confidence boost for them was very great for them because they took this opportunity and made it a great success.
Yes, basically an initiative that started last year, and I think a great initiative by Marius Schoeman to put a tournament like this together for school kids, and I think that's something that we look at as one of the routes of development for sevens. And I think what great opportunity for us to scout youngsters in a sevens environment. I don't think we get often that opportunity. Normally it's in a 15s game, and you almost need to see what it's about and if they got the sevens attributes that we're looking for, but in a 15s environment.
They play against very, very big schools, and they was up for it. They played boys. They play a lot of big schools, and they was very confident. They done good, and I think this was a great success for these boys.
Lots of talent here today. Different schools, lower tier schools, just getting to showcase their talent against the big schools, and that's exactly what you want to see. It's not just the big schools that've got talent. You've got some guys that are showing talent in a different code. Yeah, so it's sevens, it was 15s, but now it's sevens.
So, what makes a good sevens player?
Well, obviously, we look for an all-round good player. I think you get a lot of the coaches or old guys that will go, "Sheesh, that guy can step. He's definitely a sevens player." But unfortunately, you need to be able to defend in sevens as well. So I think if you're a good all-round player that's got good passing skill, good vision, but also can make your hits and hold your own in the contact area, then that for us makes a good sevens player, and it's important to us when we look at players.
The finals in the under-17 age group featured two of South Africa's leading rugby schools, Great College from Bloemfontein and Paarl Boys High, with Boys High taking the MS7s trophy for 2018.
Well done to Paarl Boys High, who stuck out there, and at the end they played some superb rugby, and overall winners, and very proud of them, as well as Great College who played in the final. Not forgetting all the other teams who came out here, but well done to Paarl Boys High, who really entertained the crowd. The tournament just growing in stature, but not just growing as to be a bigger tournament, but we have opportunities like teams like the Vuka teams. How great was it to see them come out here, and they were really competitive. So next year I reckon we'll hopefully get some more of teams like Vuka to come in. And as I always say, opportunity. We want to give players equal opportunity and opportunity to play on a platform like this, to be seen like the likes of a Neil Paarl that spend the whole day here. Some of the Blitz boxes were here, and there's definitely some players that we didn't know of that stuck up their hand here, and some of them will definitely be included at the end of the year now national under-17 squads.
So Vuka made it possible for our children to play against big schools, and it made it possible to play rugby in this community. Thank you for Sarla and also Marius Schoeman for this opportunity they gave for our children.
Thanks to Marius and the festival organisers for another great festival of sevens rugby.